Okay, next is AVGO. How can you not trade this? Look at AVGO. This ticker moves like no other. Back at all-time highs. Oh my god. Love to see it. Okay, why? Let's go back. Zoom out. Like, honestly, if you haven't watched Sarah's YouTube, you should be. She's always preaching zoom out. Look at this. Hello. Hello. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't long this. Look at this. And honestly, like, there's really no broadening formation up, right? Because we're at all-time highs. So, again, with these months, this isn't a hammer, but this is some aggressive movement, right? We took out boom and boom. We didn't take this out. But that's happening across the board, right? Like, this idea of we have some more lows that I really wanted to take out. If you're watching these videos in sequence, you're seeing that that's happening across the board. So what does that mean? We're going back up. We're bullish. It doesn't matter. Like, those lows apparently don't matter. And who am I to keep... Sorry, let me fix these. Who am I to keep trying to short an obviously bullish market? So there we go. Why not trade it up? Great. Look at the week. Nothing but upward movement. Great. Look at the day. This is telling me everything I need to know. This absolute beauty here. This is Friday's candle for AVGO. I already know how this ticker moves. I like this ticker. It's actually one of my favorites when it's ready. I've done 1,000% trades in a week with AVGO. And you can see all that in the chat. You just have to obviously go back in time. So, entry. And it literally wicked it. I didn't enter here, but that's the ideal, like that's the daily trigger, right? I entered when the day flipped back green. It wicked that sort of entry, but it was red, and that's just a little too aggressive for me. Didn't take long though, right? Goes down, wicks it, day flips green, I'm in immediately. And this is again, right? Like the idea of 14 tickers, like you're watching so much, you're doing so much, but I'm really not, right? I know what I'm going to do. I've planned ahead. I understand why I'm feeling bullish, bearish, etc. about a ticker. And I know my entry point, and most of the time I know where I'm going. I didn't know on AMD, but most of the time I know exactly where I'm going, right? All-time highs. I already have my line drawn. Like, there's really no questions here. So, I get in my trade, right? And then there's a lot of conversation like, when do I exit? How do I know? Listen, like, be the type, and like Alex says, like, do you want to be a 30 guy? You want to be a 60 guy? Like, decide what type of guy you want to be. Whatever all that means, you just have to really take the time to say, what is going to indicate to me that I'm wrong and I need to exit? Okay, AVGO shoots out of the gate. Like, literally shoots out of the gate. Cool. We love that. I have my target of all-time highs. I also know from my entry, all-time highs isn't that far, right? We're talking like, what, $15-ish, a little bit more. But at the end of the day, I can hold AVGO for $15. I trade this, right? So I know how this ticker moves. And that's really part of the, like, quote, magic, right? Is just understanding and already knowing how tickers move. Because $15 is really nothing for AVGO. $15 for like KO, Pepsi, like some of these other tickers that I don't ever trade, like IBM. $15 is like is excruciatingly long of a wait. So anyway, I know how this ticker moves. I just didn't sell because I knew that this is where I was going, right? What was going to prove me wrong were an hourly reversal. So did I get that? No. Look. Here's the hour. Okay, it goes up, it comes against me, it closes. I let the hour close. this would be an indication of a reversal is if we crossed here. But we never did, right? We had this double inside hour. What does that tell me? We're going to keep going up. So what do? I add. Boom. Added. I'm in. Fully in, right? And you know what? I really, in hindsight, obviously wish I would have added here as well. The day closed. It gapped up. It just... I wish I would have maybe not added here, but I wish I would have added to my position today. But I didn't. I just swung the shit out of AVGO, which, you know, hell yeah, let's have a good time. I got out of the majority of my position up here between my dotted line and all-time highs. It didn't hit all-time highs, but I got a bit nervous there. So when I think it was a 15er. Yeah. So I lied a little. It wasn't in between. It was when the 15 flipped red, because it went all the way up here and I just was like, So I got out of a pretty decent amount, and then I just added more here, right? And if you watch the video on, I believe it's XYZ. Yep. If you watch the video that I did today on XYZ, you'll see what I'm talking about when I say, like, I want to sell into strength. Because at the end of the day, like, this is really close to my target. I'm obviously not hitting it, right? I've pulled back. So all I have to do is wait for a better entry. Because if I sell up here, right, then enter again down here, I could maybe buy 2 more contracts with those gains, as opposed to just holding through the pain of this drop, right? So I just added here and looking for all-time highs for AVGO. Like, I want to actually touch it. Yeah, still in, really liking it. Not much more to say. Really fun trade. And really, I don't know if you're watching every video, so I just want to say, I trade weeklies. I'm a really fast trader. I want my money now. I understand, Theta's going to kick my ass if I hold too long. So part of the reason, in and out, moving around is that. And also, I really want to stress, like, don't overtrade. However, if the actionable signal is there, if you know where you're going, if you know when you're exiting, it's not an overtrade to take the signal. The worst that could happen is it goes against you and you exit, right? So instead of like harping on one ticker all day, it's like, man, I really want Tesla to go up, Tesla, and Tesla's just not going up. Why don't you just sort of spread around? And again, like, my spread is very small, right? Like, I trade the Mag 7, SMCI, Palantir, AVGO. Like, I have like 6 others that are kind of in a rotation, but ultimately I'm not trading the whole market. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, in AVGO, really like it. What's gonna make me get out? If I go past... That's a good question. I'm looking at it. This is an ad. Honestly, on my ad, if I go back down below my entry, I'll likely trim a bit. And then if we go down below this, I mean, we only have half an hour left in the day. Usually don't let the last half hour dictate what I'm doing. But if this wasn't the last half hour, if we went down below that, I would exit a decent amount of my position and just wait for a re-entry. But because it is the last half hour of the day, people take profit then. People try to pump then. You just never know. So I'm not too attached to that. But yeah, that's what I did on AVGO.